Alright, this is the demonstration for how to put clothing on a figure, well, without clothing. The first thing you need to understand about clothing is it's important to look at a reference. Now, I'm not going to be using a reference for this demonstration just for the sake of expedience, but the thing that you also need to understand about clothes is that they hang on the body, generally speaking, so gravity pulls clothing down, and it also is generally not skin tight. Okay, so I'm going to put this guy in just some normal street clothes, but this methodology will work for anything else. So the first thing I'm going to focus on is I'm going to put him in a little bit of a jacket, light jacket. So I'm going to kind of go around the edge of the form here, laying in where I think the folds are going to go. And when you go around joints, there's going to be a little bit of a folding of the cloth. And generally speaking, if you've got a sleeve that kind of hangs down, it's going to hang past the wrist. And jackets have lapels, so I'm going to go ahead and lay that in just real basically. And I said about clothing being pulled straight down, the edges of a jacket are generally pulled straight down. Now this other side, he's got his arm crooked up. So there's going to be a slight change in the way the lapel drapes, and generally speaking it's going to be a little higher on this side. So you have the length of the sleeve coming down like this. And because this arm is kind of crooked out a little bit, the sleeve is going to be hiked up a bit, and there's going to be a bunch of folds here. And then the side of the jacket's going to come out like that. I'm going to go ahead and just give him a little crew neck shirt. And here's his belly button, so right about here would be his belt line. Now that I've got that laid in, I'm going to come in, and obviously as you're going to want to erase the musculature out and the bones and everything that you've already put in. And depending on how tight his shirt is or whatever, you might see a little line here. There's going to be folds as his shirt kind of tucks into his pants. I'm going to give him a little belt here and some jeans. So I'm going to give him some jeans here, and the jeans are going to kind of cling close to the thighs, but as they get down to the foot level, they're going to flare out a bit. And generally speaking, bottoms of pants are a little bit more flared, and they kind of come down and curve down. Now on this side, I'll show you guys how to draw as if his pants were tucked into a pair of boots. Alright, so what happens is they kind of blouse out and then kind of come in and get tighter where the boot line is. And his kneecap is going to come down here, and there's going to be some folds kind of through this part of the pants. So on this side, I'm just going to put in the top of the boot, and then I'm going to put in the sole of the boot. And on this side, I'm going to start out with just a basic shape to kind of mirror the calf of the boot, and then I'm going to give him maybe some little utility pouches on the side of the boot there, and then the front of the boot is going to come down just like that, and once again we get that curve going to show that the figure is kind of standing. Alright, so that's the basic technique for drawing clothing on a figure that's standing there to make them look as if the clothing is really draping over the form. Obviously you'd want to put in any details at this point, pockets, that sort of thing.